Hey, Aries, welcome, welcome. How you guys doing today? Hope everybody's doing good. I'm back in my leather shop, guys. My big mama back there. I'm gonna start calling her Big Mama, I think. You see this big mound of horse blankets here? I got a lot of work to do after I get to play with you guys. So excuse the green mound next to me. My daughter's got the office for her school. So this is where. So you're gonna see me here a little bit here and there. All right. So for those of you brand new, my name is Patty, and here we go. This is definitely for the October 4th through the 10th. I'm recording this on the 29th, 28th, 29th, 29th. And here's the thing, guys. We're in Mercury retrograde. We have a new moon coming on the 2nd. I will be doing a new moon reading. You will want to subscribe and hit the bell and hit the all notification, or you won't get probably half of the notifications. YouTube just picks what they want to send if you don't hit that, which I found out through another creator. I did not know that. So, I'm not going to do that first. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to still do the same type of reading. We're going to pick the Divine's card, the message to you. So what are you looking for? What are you asking the cards? Because you're asking the cards. I'm asking Divine. I think you should ask Divine first and then ask the cards, because the Divine is the source. The cards are the resource. But that is your card to you from Divine. And I'm going to pick also a card from your past. So I'm seeing a lot of troubles, and a lot of it has to do with our past. Okay, you're going to give me 2 cards. Okay. All right. So that's fine. I can deal with that, guys. I can deal with it. Okay. If you haven't watched the announcement, I've left it below. Definitely go watch that, please. There is going to be a new announcement here. This is for the week of the 4th through the 10th, so probably middle of the month. New channel coming, and this is going to probably take over my Get Balanced 2020 channel. I'm excited about it. A lot of people probably drop off, but that's okay. I might gain a whole bunch of people. Who knows? So I'm excited about it. Divine is excited about it. So that's all that matters. So let's get started. So who's having money problems here? Seems like the air signs are having a lot of money problems these last couple of weeks. And I don't mean like, I think it's just a lot of the way your mindset is about spending money. And this is definitely a time for learning. This is definitely a time for learning. Somebody might be having some real challenges. I'll tell you right now, though, Divine is right now on your side. I'm going to move that up because I have a very small space here. Now my new office space, I have an even smaller space, so I'm sort of in a crammed little thing. I'm going to decide what I'm going to do here. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe if I moved my coffee cup. I've got 2 tables here back to back, and I'm like, I need more room. 3, 6, 7. Okay. So big love. Divine is saying, I love you. I've got you. I've got your back. Big love. Definitely love yourself. Somebody's having trouble loving themselves. And this is definitely an open door that you really, really need to look at. Because I think when we look at ourselves and we don't love ourselves, it's because we're living secular. And what I mean by that, secular means earth, world thinking kind of a thing. We worry about what other people think. We worry about material things. We worry about worry. We worry. That's the whole problem. That is secular. That's the number 7. That's about improving yourself and growing yourself and things of that nature, which is very interesting because your second card, which is your current energy card, is about education, is about learning. It is about processing. It is about analyzing. It is about sitting down and saying, like I have to do, who is Patty? What does she want? Where does she want to go? Because as I get older, I haven't done that. I've been so busy and not being still, just like the Leos, they're supposed to be still, that I wasn't able to do that. And if we don't do that, then our future card is walking into the unknown. Definitely, we don't know what we're going. We don't even know what our goals are. We don't know what our priorities are. We don't know squat. We think we might. Oh yeah, I know. Okay, what is your 1 year goal? What is your 5 year goals? What would you like to do in 10 years? We don't know. Okay. And with Mercury retrograde going on right now, there's a lot don't know because there's a lot of conflict conversations going on. But what's really great is with the other planets, these conflict conversations are what we need, because what we need to do is get the elephant out on the table, like we talked about in your last reading, and be able to move it forward into either a way that it's going to grow us and bond us even closer, or it's going to separate us and say, hey, you know what? It's time that this season of friendship or relationship or whatever is over. Just happened to me last week. I didn't even realize I was going to, but I've had two conflicting conversations in the last week. Thank you, Mercury. But it brought me to a clarity where I stood with these two people. One moving forward, the other one is the season is done. And does that make me sad? Yeah, it does. But the thing is that I've learned and grown from that person immensely. But Divine says it's time to move on and grow even higher. Okay. So we don't know what our future is going to hold. We don't know what's going to happen. However, it is all about loving yourself, learning to love yourself, and not being secular. And you will love yourself. So if you grow from secular to spiritual and learn the spiritual side, you will always love yourself because you value yourself. You have uh, you have self-worth, you have self-esteem, those kind of things. You value who you are. Okay, so and that's what Divine says. I value you. I love you. You have so much to offer, and that's where he's going, and he's trying to educate you on that. But somebody's fighting it, definitely. You know why? Because you know why? Because your challenge card is, what is that? What does that say? The devil. He's going to fight you and say everything he can to say, you're not worth it. You don't do that. It's like when in sexual abuse, when I was going through my sexual abuse healing, hearing those horrible things that the abuser did to me, I'm thinking, but now I don't play those anymore because I know that was all a lie. And that's what the divine says is this is all a lie. The devil is a liar. Totally. Devil is a liar. And that's the thing is we have to stop telling ourselves all these lies and know that we are loved. And if you don't feel loved, then you better email me because I love you and God loves you, divine loves you. And that's what he's trying to get you to, is to the spiritual side, not the secular side. Okay. I'm not preaching here. I'm just telling you God is love. Energy is love, period. Okay, now we're going to go to your past for a second here because somebody, I think the air signs are having problems either with money or deciding on where to spend their money. Because as the Leos, somebody is maxing out their credit cards, and that is not the way to go. That is a sign that something needs to be healed because that's secular living, that is worldly living. If you have to max out your cards, then you are there's something off. It is totally balanced off. We have and the reason why I'm saying this is because we have the Ace of Pentacles and then we have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles, very unstable energy, very unstable energy. And it's like you've got completely unstable, but you have offerings. So you're sort of, for somebody, it's sort of, you're messing up your own abundance. It's like your mind process. I used to be there, guys. I used to be there. I used to be there. And the thing is, what it is it's just that you've got your priorities mixed up a little bit. That's it. That's it. Once you get those priorities mixed up from secular to spiritual, it's going to change. It is going to change. Hands down, from experience and watching other people change. Very, very different. Your finances, you're going to get rid of all that old debt. You're going to get rid of that old way of thinking. And you're actually going to look at money in a very, very different way. So Aries, or the air signs and Aries is, and plus you guys are so, you guys, Aries are so, yeah. So I had to think a minute because I thought I was still on Leos. Aries are so very spontaneous, very but then they back up and they get bored really easy. So it's sort of like, okay, well, yeah, I did go buy that stuff, but I probably shouldn't have. It's okay, fine. But then before you know it, your cards are maxed out too. So, but somebody's under some financial stuff right now, and that is causing your mess for your future. Okay, so this is an education time for you. So let's get this whatever money thing cleared up, and the way that you look at money, and do that kind of a thing, and more of a spiritual way of looking at money than secular, and get it cleaned up. You have problems with it, email me. You can comment, you can ask questions on here, all that kind of stuff. It has to go away. The old self has to go away. The old way of thinking, the old way of, I don't love myself, I'm not worthy, I'm not of value, nobody loves me. All these old ways of negative thinking need to die and go away. It's time to change and buckle up to a new way of thinking for somebody. Definitely. And when you're in the process, somebody's ready. I don't know who this is for, but somebody is ready, because we have the Page of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Your heart is ready. Your heart is ready, because the Page of Wands is about communicating and bringing something forward. What's in the reason why you're ready, the reason why I say that, is that there is the Chariot in your middle of your reading and Strength next to it. And if you look, the Chariot is looking to strength, courage to do this, to make yourself better, to grow yourself better. Okay? There is courage there. You have that courage within you. You know why? Divine is saying, I love you enough. I gave you that courage. I gave you the strength. You just have to pull it out from the deepest part of the roots of you. Remember that tree or the garden where the seeds were planted, or the tree is beginning to grow? Your foundation is time to get rerooted. It needs to get rerooted in more of a spiritual. And that's why I'm saying this. I can't make this up, guys. This is not me. This is the Hierophant. This is divine. And that is your almost last card. You know why? Look at this. There is a spiritual battle. You've got divine and you've got the devil. I'm hiding it, but that says the devil. Hierophant, devil. This is a spiritual battle, guys. This is a spiritual battle. Divine saying, I need your heart, and so does the devil. Now, which way are you going to go? Because if you're having unself-love, if you're having financial situations that are out of control or spiraling down or just continuing going, this is a time for you to learn. And I would be happy to do videos on any of that. Just comment on what you would like to hear, because I've been there, secular to spiritual. I was spiritual, but I pushed it and pushed it and pushed it. And I listened to this Dagburn guy, and it kept me going down and down and down and down till the point I was arrested. Yeah, it wasn't my fault, but I was still arrested, and I was sitting there on the seat in processing. And all of a sudden I just said, hey, and Divine sitting next to me, are you done yet? Is this where you want to go? Yeah. Hi, cheers from Mexico. Oh, well, I don't know yet. Let me finish this reading here, and then I can answer you. All right. But definitely there is a lot of things going on your plate right now. Really have to look at yourself, your self-esteem, your self-value, self-worth, and how you're handling everything. What is your priority? Because the old self has to die away. The old self has to die away. All right. Sure, sure. Um, because the old self doesn't work anymore, and the old self is secular. Okay, and secular is, if you want to think, you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, secular. If you want to stay in the world, listening to the news, listening to the politics, listening to the racism, listening to all the crap that is going on, listening to the hate, listening to all that kind of stuff, you will drown in it. You will drown in it and you will become what that is. That's like somebody had birds of feather. You will become that. But if you turn your life and you get rid of this death card, that old self, and say, I'm not going to listen to the news. I don't. I listen to the news once a week if I have to. Somebody might come up and say, like, I even had in my leather shop, police officers come in for their motorcycle group, and they're like, "Yeah, you know about that thing that's going on." And I'm like, "I don't. You haven't heard?" It's like, "No, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "No, because I don't want to be torn down in this pit of the devil of this low energy, and people will stay there." That's why I'm saying you've got this is a spiritual war, guys. You got the Hierophant right next to the devil. So if you want to get out of that secular world way of thinking and learn how to love yourself, you've got to get away from the news. You got to get away from the haters. You got to get rid of toxic friends. You got to get rid of toxic family. You've got to get rid of those kind of things that are not bringing you in a godlike or high vibration or high energy of love and light. Period. All right. A lot of fighting going on. Somebody's got a lot of fighting going on, a lot of standing up for themselves, a lot of it. And you know what? It's beating somebody down. It is definitely beating somebody down. And they're trying to break you, whoever this is. They're trying to break your spirit. Death, spirit. This is really a spiritual battle for you. Somebody is either bullying you, really either at, I don't see it, it's not at work. Get off the social media, whoever this is. Get off the social media, because this is an education time for you to wake up that these kind of things are very toxic and you can't see into the future because you're so wrapped up in this flippin' secular world stuff. You gotta go to divine. You gotta go to God. Somebody is really, really messing up. And your current energy is, your center of your reading is to move forward. It is trying, your spirit inside you is trying so hard to move forward, but it can't because you're not letting it. It's like somebody would be sort of comfortable in sewage. That's what it's like. If you're sitting in a sewer mud pile, this is where somebody is really, really happy. Or they're in such a struggle they don't know how to get out of it. Email me. It's free. Oh my gosh, email me. Definitely, I can help you with that. But definitely a lot of fighting, a lot of struggling going on. A lot of fighting, a lot of struggling going on. This is Mercury energy, guys. This is Mercury energy. This is what's happening. Mercury energy is right now about conflict, getting these out, figuring these things out, turning it around so that you can, in the end of this Mercury retrograde, then you'll be able to move to that next level. The reason why Mercury is all about communication is that when you're arguing about something, make sure it's a battle that you actually want to have, because you're in a spiritual battle. So if, for example, if you're in a relationship and somebody's godly or believes in God or spiritual kind of a thing and the other person doesn't, you're in a really big battle. Divine is saying, I did not put this together, because you have to have like minds, at least in that aspect. All right. Definitely have to have like minds in that, because this is where the battle happens. But the Mercury retrograde energy is to get the elephant on the table, talk about those hard things, talk about what's bothering you. Tell somebody, you know what, I just don't feel you love me. I feel like, and don't start with you. No, you say, I feel like I don't feel loved because you don't cuddle me. Don't feel loved because you are always on the phone texting and you don't pay attention to me. Whatever it is, get it on the table right now. That's what Divine's saying, because he's trying to bring you to a new level of bringing each other together. Okay, because this is all about bringing unity. This Mercury energy is to get it out so it brings unity, so you get up to a higher vibrational level. But the devil card is that worldly card that says, you know what, just keep festering it inside. Keep holding it inside. Don't say anything. You know what? You're not loved anyway. Why would they want to talk to you? You're not loved. He doesn't love you. She doesn't love you. When in a reality, maybe they just love different, because there's 8 different ways to there's 8 different love languages. Excuse me. There's 8 different levels of love. There's 5 different love languages, and if you're not speaking each other's love level, then you're going to feel unloved. But in all reality, they may love you above the moon. But because you're not getting the love the way you need, you're going to feel unloved, especially if you're in a relationship. That, again, there's another video for you on that. But if you have questions, email me. It's free. It's free. It's free. Okay. Let me see what everybody else has got, because there's just, but I'm concerned about somebody's past, though, in their spending, because this is not just you guys, Aries. This is also Leos. So we're having some real money decisions problems. And you know what? The 5 is a very unstable number in numerology. But the other thing, too, is somebody's going to sort of put themselves in a financial thing where they're going to be out cold, that they won't have any other resources because they've used up all their resources, and then they're going to start going to people for money, to loan for money. I know somebody like this, and you are going to lose your friends. So time to get that money situation handled. Okay. All right. Oh, welcome. Welcome. Frank. Is it Frankie? Welcome. Crazy but true. Your stepmom. Yeah, I know. I don't like that analogy, but that's how toxic people, and some people, especially, I won't go into coaching, but in abusive relationships, people will ask, well, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you leave? And it's because you become so used to being in that sewer, that toxic sewer, that you don't know any better to get out. And plus, it's very dangerous to get out of a domestic violence relationship. So yeah, we have to, but not only in that, if it's not even not abuse, we have to look at ourselves. Is this person got my back? Is this person lifting me up? Is this person supporting me? Is this person helping me? Is this person encouraging me? If they're not, that is low vibrational toxic energy that needs to go away. You don't want somebody in there that's not supporting you or not even saying a word. So what do you think? Unfortunately, people go to other people for advice. You need to be going to divine or God for that advice first and foremost, because people give you their opinions, but that might not be where divine wants you to go. So go to God or divine. And again, this new channel is going to help you, that I'm doing, learn all that kind of stuff. However, we want to get away from those toxic, that old way. Remember, I said somebody's trying to hold you down. That's an old way of thinking. That is a destructive way of thinking. We need to take that old person and figure out what happened in the foundation and put it away, so this new beautiful person that, yes, I have self-value, yes, I have self-love, yes, I'm going to get my financial situation in order, and yes, I want the 10 of Pentacles because I deserve it, and get these positive things flowing. Otherwise, you're in that cesspool, and that sludge just keeps going around and around and around, and a lot of family members keep you stuck. I had to divorce my mom for a couple of years because she was the biggest saboteur of my bodybuilding days, of saying, oh, you're never going to do that. You're never, what are you doing? Another diet, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I love her to pieces. I love you, Mom. She's passed on now, but we did have to separate for a while. All right. Oh, crazy money hungry. That is a secular person. That's secular thinking. She doesn't have any spirit in her, as far as that. She has a spirit, but it's being squashed by this devil card, definitely. Mind games. Mind games is an immature male or female. So we say a man, boy, or a a woman girl kind of a thing. It's just a very immature way. Mind games are out of fear, out of insecurity, and they have to play those mind games to have power. They also have to have those mind games to manipulate and those kind of things. And all that is based from number one, fear. Yeah, it's fear. Yeah. You know what, if she puts you down for being spiritual, then you really have to evaluate. Like I just said I had to divorce my mom for a while. Just say, you know what, you can, this Capricorning. Yes, you can. The thing is, in this, I'm going to tell you right now, in this Mercury retrograde energy right now, this is the time where you need to, Frankie, put your foot down, set your boundaries, and say, you know what, this is who I am. I need you to respect who I am. And I will not allow you to put what I believe in down. I accept you and love you for what you are. And I embrace that. But I can't have you do that to me. If you continue to do it, I have to step away. This is where your strength card comes in now, because that is the devil trying to squash you to have doubt in your faith, in your belief, or anything of that nature. All right. So really stand up for yourself, because again, you've got that. This is your time. I think, Frankie, this you really need, if you haven't watched the whole reading, definitely, this is your time to really stand up for that. Okay. And Alfredo, on your visa thing, I I I don't get any energies. I hear be still. I be patient. That's all I'm hearing is be still and be patient. I don't know what is coming up. I'm not hearing that June is it. Okay, I don't know. So I just really, Alfredo, you got to be patient. And in the meantime, what you need to do is ask Divine to give you some confirmation on when. And you need to be still. You really need to be still to hear him. Really, you need to be still, because whatever he says will happen. And thank you. He's saying my timing is not your timing. So when we are not getting an answer from Divine, when we are not hearing him, he is testing you of your patience. Yes, but he is testing you of your patience. So you're being tested of your patience. Don't fail the test, because he'll make you retake it. So just be really patient, and that time will come, because I will tell you, in fact, I have started another book. It's called At the Last Minute, because he comes in at the last minute. Why does Divine come in at the last minute? Because he is testing your faith. If you have the faith to test in him, that you believe in him and his timing and not your timing. And you know what? I failed that test a couple of times because I used to be so impatient. All right. But anyway, this is a general reading. So if you liked what you see, please, and if you engaged and you're not on my channel, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I can go on my phone and do these readings from where I'm at. Because if you didn't read the announcement, I have a lot of faith and hope. You do? Well, then patience is your thing. Patience is your thing, because you're not patient because you asked me this question. Okay. Yeah. But I need your help in getting to the 1,000. It's not for money. It's for being able to do my readings. Like if I'm at work, I can go out in the car and do a half hour, or my downloads or something like that. Then I can do those. All right. But I got to run. I have somebody at the door. I love you guys. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I love you what you do, and we'll see you next week. Take care, guys.